Hi, everyone. Welcome back into My Chamber TV. We are the heartbeat of the Tampa Bay community. And today we're featuring the Upper Tampa Bay Chamber of Commerce with some fabulous guests in the community, business owners. We bring the community to you so that you get a chance to see what's happening right here in Oldsmar. So my name is Barbara Marville, and it's a pleasure to be with you. My first guest happens to be Jack Homsey with Taste 25. Now, I have no idea what that is, but you're going to share exactly what it is, and I think it's pretty good.
Yeah, I'll be happy to. We're Taste 25. We are a membership dining club. Members pay us $6.95 a month, and they get 25% off their entire bill. So whether it's they're paying for just themselves, paying for their family, paying for their softball team, whoever's on their bill, they get 25%, and that does include alcohol. We pretty much only have local restaurants on our program, so it's local supporting locals. We vet every single one of our restaurants. They have to have quality food, they have to have a nice ambiance, and they have to have good service for us to invite them into our program.
That's exciting. Can you share some of the restaurants?
We got quite a few of them. We got 23 on our platform right now. Locally, we have Oishi, we have Mother's, we have Rib City Barbecue, we have quite a few. We have a lot of them.
So there's a lot to choose from.
Yep, we try to have different type of cuisines on there, try to spread it out. We started in the Soho area, and then we came over to Oldsmar and West Chase, and we just started going into Pinellas County.
I love to hear this thing. Since things are opening up now, people want to go out and eat. I mean, it's the best way for entertainment, and this includes alcohol.
Yes, it does. And it also helps support the local restaurants. Everybody got hurt, especially those little guys. And so we just started. We went live about 4 months ago. And again, it's local supporting locals.
Sure, absolutely. And how much is it?
$6.95 a month. No contract. You can get out at any time. And the first month is only 25 cents. So we want people to get in, 25 cents, try it. If you like it, stay in. If you don't like it, get out. It's that simple.
You can't beat that.
No.
I mean, that is really a great option for people. And especially when it comes to the entertainment and they have a nice variety. And I know people are chomping at the bit to get out there and, visit with their family members and friends and celebration, birthday parties and all of that kind of thing. So how did you get into all this?
I got in about 5 years ago by accident. I'm a mortgage banker by trade.
And that's quite a switch.
It was a big switch. And then my wife had to be a part of a dining club out of Austin, Texas, and somehow I got roped into it. And then it was going downhill, and I became the interim CEO of the company. And to make a long story short, I was in Austin. I came back here, and then we started putting one together here.
Very, very nice.
So we've been doing this for about 5 years. I have another dining club in Pinellas County we started about 4 years ago. We kind of changed the model a little bit to kind of fit everybody.
What did you find with what we've gone through the last couple of years? Did you have to adjust to those conditions with this company?
Yeah, we were looking to open up probably about a year ago, and then when COVID hit, we had to put everything on the back burner, and then we had to wait till restaurants were able to bring more than 50% in. And then once we got out till we saw how hard all these local restaurants were taking it. A lot of them went out of business, of course. But there's a lot of good restaurants out there. The average person usually has about 2 or 3 restaurants they go to. They kind of like those two. They like something on their menu. This gives everybody a chance to go out and try all different types of restaurants because there's some really good chefs out there. A lot of local guys that are really good cooks. And you just give everybody a chance to go out and try.
So that's great. So you have your high end, you have your diners, you have your favorite ma and pa restaurants, right? How does a restaurant get involved? Do you go out and recruit them, or do you advertise for them to come to you?
Right now I recruit because I want to vet them. I have to eat. I'll go there and I'll eat there first. I'll check out, see how clean the place is. I'll see, how the quality of the food is.
And they don't know that you're there.
Correct.
I love that.
And then once I like the food, then I'll see if I can set up an appointment with the owner. And then we go from there. And it's free for the owners to get in. And so it's good for the owners. They get traffic, they get exposure. And that's a big deal to these restaurants. They have to have traffic today.
Yeah, that was my next question was what you just said. That's awesome. So how long have you been a member with the Chamber?
Probably 2 months, and it's worked wonders. It is well worth it.
How's it working?
Fantastic, fantastic. I highly recommend anybody that's thinking about getting to the Chamber, do it. It's worth it.
It is worth it.
It's not. Group of guys.
Don't you find that? I know in the past people think, Chamber didn't do anything for me. I paid my dues and nothing happened. But you get involved. You engage, right?
Yes, you have to get engaged.
Yes.
Yeah, if it's with anything. If you don't do anything, nothing's going to happen. So it's a great group of guys. People, they set it up to where you are going to be successful. You just have to be a part of it.
Yes. Yeah.
And you
know,
have to give back. You got to give back.
you do have to give back and participating in the different
Mm-hmm.
events. And you're so right about that. Upper Tampa Bay, it's like one big happy business family.
Yep.
But even outside of business, people become friends, colleagues in business and
Yep.
all, and they do give back. And it's such a wonderful community in Oldsmar. My
Mm-hmm.
son lives in Oldsmar. I live not too far from here, but and what I found too is so many businesses, even though some have gone out of business, so many have thrived and survived and started new businesses. So I'm glad to see that. I
Yep.
really am.
Yeah, yeah. It's worked wonders. I mean, it's fantastic. Fantastic group of people. They set it up for you to be successful. You just have to partake.
Yeah, exactly. There's so many different events. We just had the Oldsmar Days, and that's a biggie. When was that, Doug?
Oktoberfest.
Or Oktoberfest, excuse me.
Yeah.
And then they have Oldsmar Days and all.
Celebrate Oldsmar next weekend.
But that's next weekend. Okay.
Yeah.
I know I've been to one of those, and I well, like when I was first doing these interviews, I thought, wow, this is really a lot. I mean, there's a lot of planning
There
for
is.
these different events too. Yeah.
There is. Sure is.
So, what are some of your favorites that you've attended?
Some of the events, pretty much everything they put on is fantastic.
So
And
you-
again, you're always going to meet somebody, and they
Oh,
always
yeah.
have their lunches, they have the breakfast, and then they have at night at Jack Willie's they have something. So it's I forgot what the terminology is, what they call it, relationship building, and just try to go to as many as possible. Again, you meet people, they're good friends, co-worker. I mean, it's well worth it.
So let's go back and recap what these. How much it I can't get over that. I mean, 25% is a good deal.
It sure is.
Yeah. And so they cost. What did you say it was?
$6.95.
So $6.95. Now I'm salivating right here. I mean, check this out. If you have not gone out to dinner, and I mean with the cost of everything, that 25% could make or break a dinner with you and your family or friends if you have birthdays coming up. And not to mention, I mean, working all day and then coming home and cooking and all of that. This is another way for you to save. I'll tell you, going out, I have found, and I've done the math on it, going out to dinner versus purchasing my groceries, my ingredients, it costs more to cook at home than to go out.
And you don't have to clean up.
And I don't have to clean up. No preparation, no cleanup. If that is music to your ears, you definitely want to get a hold of this gentleman because, Jack, I tell you, it makes a big difference when you don't have all that stress, whether you're male, female, mom, dad, it doesn't matter. But to go out, it's almost like when we go out, we just go, we just relax.
Yep.
But then to
That's
get
the idea.
25% off,
And it changes your whole way of thinking when you go out to eat because it's getting to be expensive to go out.
It is.
And here with 25% off, it may change your way of thinking. Maybe I'll go from water to an alcoholic drink. I'll go from a well drink to a premium drink. Or I'll go from a chicken dinner to a steak dinner. Or I don't want to pay for $7 for a slice of pie, but I'll pay $5. So it changes your whole experience and try to make it an enjoyable experience. And
That
again,
is a
you
good
get-
point.
And you get to try a bunch of different restaurants.
that's right.
And everything's on your phone. There's no coupons. So you just show your ID on your phone to any of the restaurants, and that's it. And another piece that we added into that, again, the first month is 25 cents. If you can refer it just on your phone, just refer it's real simple to whoever it is, just a QR code. They scan it. Your next month is free. So if you get in for 25 cents and you take your coworkers out or family out, and they like the idea, say, here, I can show you how to get 25% right now. And they just scan it. Your next month is free. You can refer 10, 12, 15 the first month, and you won't pay for a year and a half. It is
Very
that simple.
nice.
Real
Very
simple,
nice. I
real
want
clean.
this. I want to do this.
Deal.
Because we're just starting to get back out. We do have our favorite restaurants and all.
Of course, that's everybody does that.
Yeah, exactly.
But you got to try other restaurants. There's
yeah,
some really
yeah.
good food out
We're
there.
very open for that, but sometimes I feel like we live under a rock because we go to the same restaurant over and over because we
does.
know it's going to all be fresh and there's not a whole lot of people there and everything. So, I mean, this is such a great way to help yourself get out into the community because there are new restaurants, right?
Oh, yeah.
Do you have? Can you name a couple of them? Just a couple of them on in your list that are
Well, again,
that have just opened up.
What we just talked about, then we have Break Room Bar and Grill, which is in Clearwater. That's a scratch kitchen. Everything's made from scratch. Even the
That's-
sauces.
that's what I
everything.
love.
Again, just go on our website on Taste 25. Excuse me. taste25.com. And
Okay.
it has browse restaurants, and you just go down and you can browse every single one of them.
Okay.
And you can click on them. Have the directions how to get there. There's
Oh,
a lot of story
excellent.
of the restaurants. You just click on the restaurant, and it'll tell you a little bit about the restaurant.
Oh, that's very cool. So is that where we enroll?
Yep. Just go to taste25.com.
Oh.
And it's real simple. The first month is only 25 cents. And it's real simple. And you can do it while you're at the restaurant.
Sounds good to me. So if you want to try some new restaurants or some of the ones that are established, you want to save 25%. That does include alcohol, so you can have a nice little toast wherever you go. Jack, this has been so great.
Thank you.
I look forward to testing. How many restaurants do you have?
We have 23. We expect to have about 100 by the end of next year.
Sweet.
And it should be in Pinellas County and Hillsborough. And then we're going to Jacksonville and St. Augustine is next. We already got them lined up.
Bingo. Thanks for joining us on My Chamber TV.
Thank you.
All
I
right.
appreciate it.
We'll be right back. Hi, everyone. Welcome back into My Chamber TV. We are the heartbeat of the Tampa Bay community. I'm Barbara Marville Kelly. Thanks for joining us for My Chamber TV. I'm excited to talk about our next guest because it's kind of like in my own backyard. From many years ago, Mr. Mark Longnecker.
Correct, Longnecker.
We were just talking before the show, and I mean, you had so many great points. Being in real estate, you're with Future Home Realty.
Correct.
And how long have you been with this company?
I've been with the Future Home for about 10 years now.
Yeah? How long have you been in real estate?
I have been in one form of real estate or another since my young 20s.
Oh, you are the man with the
Yeah.
plan, I can tell you right now.
Yeah.
And you know what I love about this man is he wants to communicate with you.
Yes.
Yes, no text, no email, although he does.
Of course.
But this is music to my ears because that's how I am. You know, you want to develop a relationship. That's what we're about.
That's what we're talking
and
about.
especially when it comes to your nest, because that's where we live. That's where we want to have a really good home. And we always say, love where you live where you love.
Mm-hmm.
And you're able to accomplish that. And I know it's a loaded question right now, but what is going on today in real estate as far as finding homes?
It's cray-cray.
I knew this was going to be a great interview. It is great.
And it's so funny because I get asked that all the time.
I know.
And I go, if you would ask me this 2-3 years ago, I could give you the answer.
Yeah.
Honestly, today, I have been in one form or another all my life, starting off at redoing rentals to flipping homes, then managing homes into real estate. And today, all through all my years, I could give you that answer. Today, seriously, the buyers are directing the market.
Yes.
And the buyers keep coming. The buyers are coming from northern states.
Oh, we know that.
We love Florida. We love Tampa Bay, and we love Oldsmar.
Uh-huh.
And so to answer that question, I personally think that I think there's going to be a slowdown, but I think Florida's going to stay strong, and especially Tampa Bay area is going to stay strong.
I'm glad to hear that because that's encouraging for you if you are thinking of coming down here and even starting a business. We have had so many businesses start in Oldsmar, even through the challenging last year and a half, right? And I'm glad to see that because unless we broadcast through My Chamber TV, you may think everything's all on the downswing, but not necessarily so. I've also heard in the real estate industry that there's a lot of real estate agents that are falling off.
They are falling off because right now there's not a lot of inventory.
That's right.
And so you don't have a lot of buyers. You got plenty of buyers, but not the houses.
That's right.
But there's not a lot of people listing. So I've been very fortunate. Actually, over the past couple of years, my business has grown.
That's good.
One of the things started a couple of years ago, was I started doing 2% full listing services. So instead of the 3, 6, even 8 some agents charge, I charge 2%.
There you go.
And it's a full listing. It's completely full. Always get 5-star reviews. So
That's good.
Yeah.
That's a very good thing.
But agents are dropping off. I have people talking about getting into an industry, and I'm going, man, I tell you,
I know.
because you got to do it full time. Too many people try to get into it part time. It's not a part time job.
No, it isn't. It really isn't, because if either you're dedicated or you're not. And I totally understand that. And the times today, what I've seen are even the investors are coming in, and the cash buyers are going to override you if you are going for a mortgage and that kind of thing. And I understand all this, but I've never seen this in all the years that I've lived in Florida.
And it's already changing some.
Good.
Zillow,
For the better?
Yeah, it is. Zillow was buying a bunch of homes.
I
They've
heard that.
stopped,
Yep.
and they've let off people. You've seen the hedge funds kind of slow down, some that are buying and buying cash. So that too kind of, you asked earlier, what's going on with the market? It's when you see these big guys that run numbers all day long and they're starting to pull out, is it starting to getting ready to drop?
I tell you, I can see that and understand that as a fellow licensed real estate agent. The thing that is important, whether you're a home buyer or a home seller, is it is so critical for you to work with a reliable agent. And everything you were telling me, even before we started our interview here, was what I, as a non-real estate agent, wants to work with somebody that knows the laws, knows what to look for, those little hidden questions that you never think to ask until maybe you come to closing or when you're trying to figure out what to do. Now, today, people talk to me and say, oh, I can sell today. Where are you going to go? You can sell high, and you're going to buy high. And you must have direction from somebody. We have to go through real estate school every couple of years and keep our license up.
I just finished CE last month. I mean, it's constant. And what we are seeing, it's funny you say that, where are you going to go?
That's right.
When people go, I want to move. I go, okay, why? Especially if it's local to local and not somebody moving in town.
Yes.
What we're seeing is divorcees, downsizing, upsizing, or deaths. You don't see the people now just moving to go to a different community.
No.
So
They're doing home improvements. They're staying where they are because they don't want to move. I mean, in our area, in the Trinity area, the high-rise apartments are going up. They can't get up fast enough. And when these people are coming in from selling like upstate,
sure,
they're selling, they're getting cash, they're coming down here, they're first in line. Are you finding that?
Yes, definitely. The cash is first in line to a point.
Right.
And that's the thing. Cash is king, but a lot of cash offers come in low. So depending on the circumstances, down payment, what kind of loan it is, that type of thing, it's not always cash wins. And it's really, like you were saying, have an experienced real estate agent that actually, and I love what I do, been doing it for years.
It shows.
A nice guy, but can be very aggressive in negotiating at the same time.
And that's what you need. You definitely need that.
I just got a review the other day on Rate My Agent, and it was, Mark knows everything, great to work with, very aggressive. And I'm going, now is that a good review or not? But the way it was worded,
I think you have to be. You have to be today.
I mean, it's a poker game to me when we're negotiating, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
It is. Back and forth. What do I have? What can we give? What's the seller need? Sellers and buyers always seem to be on opposite sides of the fence. And my job is to bring them onto the same side of the fence.
Make it work.
Yeah, make it work.
Make it work.
Get it together.
So we only have 3 minutes remaining. If somebody's thinking of selling and you don't realize this, you are just so green in the market, and maybe you've been in your home for a while. There are things that we as homeowners need to know when it comes to the condition of our home and how that becomes a negotiating factor when somebody is going to buy
after
it.
The home inspection.
What kind of tips can you give us?
One of the main tips is actually, I think roofs come into play here in Florida because of the wind mitigation.
That's right.
You know, insurance companies want to see 13 to 15 years left on, or 13 to 15 years new. So they want to see 3 years of life expectancy left on your roof. We've had so many hurricanes.
I know.
Hail, wind damage. A lot of people actually have insurance claims they can make on their roofs and don't even know it.
We need to talk.
Seriously on that. I'm also an insurance adjuster, so I know the insurance side of it and
Love
have a PA.
it.
I will not touch that because it's a conflict of interest,
Of
but
course.
I know people that will do that.
Okay.
Even if even if something's been denied, lots of times a PA that I have a friend that's a very good one can get that roof replaced. That's a huge deal when you go to sell your house. I got a new roof.
It is.
The rest of it is GFIs we always see, double taps and breaker boxes, but paint, decluttering, and that's what I do when we have a listing. I go through the house with the sellers and kind of give them ideas of what might need to be done to get the house to the potential with the less amount of money.
Right, right. And those are tips that really can help you get the most for your home.
And it can be
right?
such little things as, the entryway.
Yes.
First impression. Someone
right.
walks up and the door needs paint. They're walking in that house with a negative thought in their head.
That's right. That's
And
right.
what we want to do is keep everybody positive and uplifted. And if a problem comes up, identify the problem. What's the solution?
Exactly. Now, we just have less than a minute remaining.
Correct.
My friend, I could talk to you about real estate
Right.
all
I
day
can talk
long.
about it all day. It's my passion.
I know. So you've been a member of the Upper Tampa Bay Chamber for how long?
A couple of months.
So you're a
couple of months.
newbie.
I'm a newbie.
Oh.
I've done a couple events. I keep saying I'm going to do more, and then
And let it happen.
business comes in.
It does.
It does. But it is a point that I'm actually making to try to, because when I joined it was like, okay, if I join it, I'm going to do it, right? Mm-hmm. Well, you know what happens, what we do sometimes.
Well, yeah, but the point is that you joined it, and they are, I don't want to say aggressive, but assertive in setting you up for success.
They are. And my
that,
business has been very successul. I'm so grateful. I've been blessed.
that's so great to hear. Well, it's a pleasure to meet you, and we're going to talk after the show here.
Definitely.
I want to pick your brain as well, and I wish you
Certainly.
continued success in your business.
Thank you.
And if you want to talk to this gentleman, by all means, you can go to his website, which is?
Yep, consulting for all your Florida's real estate needs.
And there you go.
And or just call me, 727-846-3025.
Because you want to talk to people.
I want to talk to you. I want to build a relationship.
Exactly. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you.
We'll see you back. Hi, everyone. Welcome back into My Chamber TV. We're the heartbeat of the Tampa Bay community. I'm your host for My Chamber TV, and we are featuring the Upper Tampa Bay Chamber of Commerce. We have guests coming in with their businesses to talk about, and in many cases, they talk about charities and how they give back into the community. And one of them just happens to be Sharon Edwards, not an unfamiliar face. You've been on the show before, haven't you?
I have indeed. Thank you.
Tell us all about Platinum International and Project Pop Drop.
Sure. Platinum International, we supply toner and ink cartridges for your printers. We do this all over the nation, and the international part is we have clients in Barbados as well.
Nice.
They're designed to do a couple of things. Number one is save you time. It gets delivered right to your doorstep. A great deal of money, anywhere between 20 to 40% off of what you'd pay at the big box stores. And then the neatest part is we are the only toner company in America that takes a percentage of all the proceeds from every single cartridge sold, and we buy food and we feed the homeless every single month, and that's called Project Pop Drop.
Oh, nice. I love to hear that.
Yeah.
So you're giving discounts and plus you're feeding the homeless. I mean,
Exactly.
that is very
It's a win-win
good.
situation,
It is.
and I have the best job in the world because I make a living while giving. And right now we
Nice.
currently are contributing to feeding over 90,000 meals a month to the different homeless shelters in the greater Tampa Bay area. It was founded by John and Nikki Schneider in Los Angeles, California 10 years ago. So they do a pop drop there every month. We do one here every month. We pick different locations throughout the United States to do one as well. Again, we contribute to feeding over 90,000 meals a month. And we also, we get the community involved. We have Project Pop Drop boxes, collection boxes, distributed throughout the chamber footprint. And we collect gently used clothing, toiletries, canned goods, any life-saving supply.
Nice.
It's really neat to get the community involved.
Nice.
you
Where
know.
are the drop-offs?
Oh my goodness, we have them at the chamber office.
Okay.
We have them at Synovus Bank, Speed Pro Imaging, Florida Firearms Academy, Smart Start Pre-Prep. We're all over.
We're all over.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah.
I love to see that. I have plenty to donate.
Yeah,
I
great.
really do. That's exciting. And it must feel different working for a company that does that whole give back because not all can or do.
Right.
So this is a game changer.
It is completely. I mean,
How long have you been doing this?
I've been doing this. It'll be 7 years next week, and we brought Project Pop Drop to Florida 2015. So it was really cool. It was a no-brainer. Once I went out to Los Angeles to train, and I saw what was going on up there, I just thought, I can bring this to Florida. And we
Easy.
started out with just a trunk full of food at our first pop drop, and now we have a box truck. One of our chamber members, Beamworks, Tim and Yanya McReynolds, they came on a drop with us a couple years after we got going. And I was paying for storage unit there. And they said, listen, quit paying storage. We have room here, and we also have a truck. So every month they deliver it, and we drop it off, and we nickname their warehouse God's Locker. It's really cool.
Oh, that's
So,
sweet.
yeah.
I love
and
that.
it's neat for the people that around the country that want to be a part of it. You're not only saving time and money on your toner and ink needs, you're not just feeding your printer with toner, you're feeding homeless human beings that really need it. It's really cool.
And there's nothing that feels so good as
Right.
to give.
Exactly.
Especially when it comes to the homeless and
Exactly.
whatever their situations are, they need to eat.
Right. And
And
then Doug's been on plenty of drops, and like he said, it's lending a hand up, not a hand out.
Yes, yes.
So many people are just one flat tire away from homelessness.
I think we all could be.
Right, exactly.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
I think that's wonderful.
Yeah.
And you can clearly see the gleam in your eyes when you talk about this. So it's your passion.
It is, for sure.
Yeah.
It
Have
is.
you done other charity work, or what led you into this besides up there?
Right, exactly. My parents, my dad had so much compassion, and my mom. My mom's motto was, "Life is a donation." And when you think about it, it truly is.
It is.
Yeah.
It really is, especially after what we've gone through the last couple of years.
Absolutely.
Some have made it, some haven't. And I've seen more helping hands in this last year, especially. And even for those that maybe don't have it themselves to really give, they still find a way.
Right, exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
they still find a way, and that makes all the difference in the world. Let's talk about your ink and toner.
Yes.
What did you say the percentage? What did you save on
You're going
that?
to save anywhere from 20 to 40%.
Okay.
The real neat part of this is like your toner cartridges. These are not the refills. These are not just, you don't know how many times it's been used by the time you get it. We actually make products for Hewlett Packard, Lexmark, Brothers, Xerox. So it's the same process. We reuse the outside shell just like an OEM. We gut out the insides, put all brand new working parts in there, and fill it with the toner. So again, everything is 100% guaranteed in writing. We also guarantee your printer as well. So
Now, do you have like an auto shipment program, or do they call as they need it?
With us, we don't shove it down your throat. You buy what you want when you want it.
Good to know.
And also, we do net 30 with you. If you want to pay with a credit card, that's fine, but we do net 30 with you. That way you can actually try it before you buy it, because we're going to face facts. There's a lot of garbage out there. There really is. So we're very reputable. Again, we've been in business over 10 years, and it's neat.
It is neat. And that is the one thing that holds us up when we need to do printing and we need it now
Right.
or yesterday.
And there's nothing worse than when you're having a printer issue. I can generally fix it for you over the phone, you know, whether you're using my products or not. I mean, there's been so many times, I don't know about anyone else, but if you're having a printer issue, you literally want to pick that thing up and throw it in the pond, you know. So call me up.
I have one right this very minute.
Call
It's
me up.
on
I'll
its
walk
way.
you through it. Trust me. Call me and I'll walk you right through it.
Yeah. Well, I'm just not electronically or digitally and all that inclined.
Either am I.
But you can help with that.
Absolutely. I mean, at my disposal, I have 10 different engineers that are at my disposal. I can find out what's going on if you tell me the issue, and we can get to the bottom of it.
Okay, so that in itself is really
Right.
another game changer, because unless you buy the warranty, and if you miss the amount of time that you have to purchase the warranty, guess what? You're on your own with your printer. I am, right? I have 2 printers sitting at the house.
Call me
one's
later.
brand new and one's sort of kind of new, and I have no idea what to do with it. So I'm sitting there with no printer. You're preaching to the choir about this. To be
Yeah.
able to have somebody that will service you. Customer service is key more than anything in the world. I don't care what kind of printer you have, you're going to need ink, you're going to need the toner and
Right.
all of that.
Right.
But to me, for somebody like myself and many boomers out there where weren't raised with all this happiness,
I was one of them.
you
know.
were, yeah, so y'all know what we're talking about. What's great is that you will have this lovely young lady go ahead and help you out and really troubleshoot for you. I think that's
Well, that was the whole thing. I so many times I just wanted to give up because I thought everyone had the same kind of printer. I didn't realize there were hundreds, if not thousands, of different printers. So I literally thought, if I'm going to get into this business, I got to learn. And when I found out I could pick these guys' brains, I did. It got to the
Good
point
for
where they're
you.
like, here she goes again. But hey,
no,
I
that's
learned it, and you just got to pass on the knowledge.
yeah,
you know?
exactly. Because when you need to print something, I mean, whether it's a photograph that you want to give as a gift, or you're in businesses at home. I don't know what the percentage is of people that are in business at home now, but I know there's a lot, and I'm one of them, and have been for many, many years. And when you need to print something, it's such a pain to go over to the mailboxes
Right.
and have them and send your email. Half the time they're not up and running very
Right,
well
right.
either. So it all goes back to that technology, which is just so much fun. Anyway, can you tell my sarcasm?
That's right.
But troubleshooting is on the way, and that's what Sharon's all about. So Platinum International, you're doing the printer toners and the ink. You do not have to go on an auto shipment and then get
Correct.
backlogged with ink and toners and all of that. They
And for me, especially like with the ink cartridges,
Yes.
and the color ones, you know, you just want a cyan, and they got to give you the cyan, the black, the yellow, and the magenta. All of a sudden, you have a backup. You have 7 cyan cartridges, you know, and no black or yellow. It's ridiculous. You can go order one at a time, you know, and it's really cool too because you'll be printing with a purpose. You know, what better way to do that? You're going to print, and you're feeding homeless people. It's a win-win situation.
I think it's absolutely fantastic. I think I'm going to be doing business with everybody here today
It's
that's
great.
on the show, because I know exactly what you're saying about that, buying the whole
Right.
$70, $80, $100 set, and you run out of the same color
Right.
all the time.
Right.
And then you've got all this
Right.
backlog.
You
I,
don't-
I
right.
do. I have it sitting there at my computer.
And again, if you order 1 cartridge a year, and I have plenty of customers that do that. I have some that order every 2 weeks. It doesn't matter to me. To me, it's about feeding more homeless people. You know, that's what it's
Yeah.
all about.
That is so great. Well, you're doing God's work, that's for sure.
You got that
And
right.
thank you for that.
Absolutely.
And it's so nice to see you
You
again.
too. You look terrific.
Oh, you look fantastic. Well, you know, when we're doing what we love, it's not
Exactly.
work, right?
Exactly.
It's not work. So you've been a member with the chamber for a little bit. How long?
Right after I got into the business. So I'm going on 7 years, and what a game changer this is. I'm serious. You go from 0 to hero, and they're right there to help you out. The ambassadors, Mark, Doug, Joe, it's just
know.
amazing. And you meet so many people. I mean, the morning mingles, you know, the after hour mixers, the relationship builders, those are phenomenal. They have them in the morning and in the evening.
That's so great.
It's
You
a
have
win-win.
everything right there.
It's a win-win.
Thank you for being on the show, and thank you for joining us. We'll be right back. Hi, everyone. Welcome back into My Chamber TV. We are the heartbeat of the Tampa Bay community. Today, we are featuring the Upper Tampa Bay Chamber of Commerce. We have great guests for you. I'm Barbara Marville Kelly, your host. And with me is, back by popular demand, Mr. James Poulter. It's so nice to see you again. Congratulations on your promotion and all your accomplishments with Chichi Rodriguez Youth Foundation. I know we have a lot to talk about.
We do. Hi,
Yes.
Barbara. Thank you for having me back on the show.
Absolutely. So what's going on?
All kinds of good stuff.
Yeah.
You know, we've got lots of great events coming up. The kids are doing well in the school, and you know, the past 20 months has been challenging for everybody.
I know it has.
Yeah.
So how are the kids doing so well?
You know, we worked really hard during COVID to get them back face-to-face learning. We bought new desks for the middle school. We brought in some safety protocols, and you know, our kids that go to school there, they're performing below grade level. So we work with them to get their grades back on track, and they need to be in class face-to-face learning. The virtual learning is a big challenge for them.
Oh, tell me about it.
Yeah.
I had an experience with my grandson homeschooling
Yeah.
him. So these kids have learning issues to begin with, and then we slap the whole COVID thing on them.
Right.
So how did you, I mean, did it take a little while, I'm guessing, to...
I think the kids deal with it better than the adults do, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I believe that.
But they've really done well. In fact, this grading period, we had over 30 kids make honor roll. So, you know, it's
That's
pretty awesome. For kids that
fabulous.
are struggling in school,
Yes.
to have over 30 kids out of 90 make honor roll is showing that we're doing some really good stuff.
Let's talk about this struggle. What is it? Why is it? What are you finding?
Well, I think a lot of the times, you know, they're not bad kids, they're not trouble kids, they're just performing below grade level. So we give them a little bit of extra attention, smaller classrooms with a teacher and a teacher's aide, and we help them through the things that they're struggling with.
What's a smaller classroom size?
So we have up to 18 kids in a class,
Okay, as
Yeah.
opposed to?
as opposed to in middle schools, you can have, you know, up to 30. So
Yeah,
it's a lot of
yeah.
kids.
Yeah, it is a lot of kids. That extra attention that can be a game changer for these kids.
For sure.
Right?
Yeah.
So the ages are middle school.
Yeah, it's an elementary and middle school, so
Okay.
4th through 8th grade, and obviously the ages vary, but we service basically from East Bay all the way up to Tarpon Springs, so North Pinellas County.
Oh, that's right in my neck of the woods too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
So what are some of the activities and what makes you different than schools that are out there?
So we're on a golf course. So we're the only school in the country on a golf course in partnership with the Pinellas County School System and the City of Clearwater, and it's a living classroom. So one of the unique things the kids get to do is they get to work in our gardens, they get to work on the golf course. We have a shadow program, so we have department heads and key team members that take time out of their week to show the kids what they do on a daily basis. And you know, it's just a great environment, so they get to go out and learn what it takes to maintain a golf course, what it takes to run a pro shop, you know, how the cart barn works. So they get hands-on experience, real life work.
So I'm guessing that with that golf course experience, some of them may go on to becoming professionals in that arena, possibly?
Yeah, I mean, definitely vocational education is coming back a lot now. And so hands-on learning to be, you know, any kind of electrical, plumbing, all those kind of jobs are needed for sure.
Oh, absolutely. Definitely. The skilled trades and, you know, getting people out there with that, it
Yeah.
gives them a little upper edge, to say the least.
Sure.
So with this, I hate to always bring up this COVID, but it's been a fact of life for everyone. And the kids, I've seen myself and my own family, like I say, I homeschool my grandson for a little bit. We made it work, you know, but getting the kids back in that interaction, I'm thinking that behavior issues would improve getting the kids back. They want to see their friends. They want to play
yeah.
out on the playground or out by the golf course.
You want to socialize for sure.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Getting away from the iPads and the laptops, you know. So, yeah, they've been doing good. They've been doing really well, though.
I love to hear that.
Yeah.
I love to hear what's going on in our neighborhood because I
Sure.
live here.
Yeah.
When did you get started with this? What brought you? Did you have a passion? Have you always
You know,
been
I
in
moved
this?
over from England 18 years ago. Started out as a volunteer, and I've been there ever since. So I worked in the after-school program, in our summer camp program, ran the pro shop, and took over as CEO January 1st of 2020. Right before COVID hit.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank
Do you
you.
have kids?
I do. I have 2 kids,
Yeah.
9-year-old and a 4-year-old.
Oh,
they're
boy.
awesome.
So they're getting a real good taste of all this
Oh, yeah.
from Dad.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, nice. That's really nice. Now, you've been a member with the Upper Tampa Bay Chamber of Commerce, right?
Yeah.
So how do you participate, and how has that helped for you? How long have you been with them?
I've been a board member now for over 4 years.
Oh, nice.
And next year I take over as board chairman for the chamber, so very proud of that.
Nice.
I'm very proud of the team that we have over there
Mm-hmm.
with Mark and Doug and Joe and Sam and all the other great people that work there and volunteer there. And I think through COVID, the chamber did a fantastic job of staying open, staying informed, doing things for the members. So, you know, we're very proud of that. And we're looking forward to the future. We're growing. We're continually doing events. You know, it seems like every weekend or every day there's something going on. So, you know, we're looking to do more in the community and just continue helping businesses get through.
So what other things do you have planned that you can talk about for the school coming up? Events,
For
anything?
Chi-Chi's? Yeah, we actually have an event this weekend coming up, a 42nd Chi-Chi Charity Classic. So we've been, you know, in organization for 40 years. We have a 2-day golf tournament this weekend. We have an online auction, and it's a great event for us. And then we're going to roll into another event in December. We're going to do a holiday event at the James Museum
Okay.
of Western Art in St. Pete. So we're looking forward to that. More details to finalize on that, but we're really looking forward to that. And there's just always things happening. You know, we operate the golf club and the driving range, so proceeds from those operations go back to the kids.
That's
So
wonderful.
People
So-
are looking to get involved.
Yeah.
Even just going out and playing golf helps the kids.
Sure, absolutely. Well, I tell you, being involved with the community, being involved with the children, the chamber, it's just one great big full circle, and it just keeps going around and going around. What are some of your favorites that you get involved with, besides everything?
Yeah, I mean, I do a lot. Sit on different groups, different boards. Another chamber in Safety Harbor. I actually live in Safety Harbor. It's a great town. I'm on the Parks and Rec committee over there with the city. I'm also involved with the Valspar Championship. So that's coming up again in March
That's a big
2020.
one.
That's a big one for the community. So I volunteer with that during the tournament week, and I help sell tickets. And in a normal year, that event donates over $2 million back to over 80 different charities in
Wow.
the community. So it's
That's
a huge event.
amazing.
Yeah, yeah.
That just about took my breath away. But you see what happens in the community, and unless you were watching My Chamber TV, if you're not out into the community, you won't know these things. I mean, this is great.
Yep.
I love to. What I wanted to ask you before we run out of time here, we have less than 3 minutes on this segment. How did the children get involved?
Sure. So to get into the academy, into the school, they are referred in by the local school system. Their guidance counselors or assistant principals, if their grades aren't where they need to be, we help them. And ideally, they'll come in for 4th grade and stay with us through 8th grade. From a community standpoint, we also offer some junior golf programming. So we're the first tier Clearwater, and that teaches junior golf and life skills. And we have over 3,000 participants that partake in junior golf.
Oh, that's very nice.
Yeah.
So they have to be referred from the school. At
Yep.
what point of learning challenges do they need to be? Very on the low end of the scale?
Definitely. So they're kind of identified as dropping out. And so, you know, we take kids that are kind of in like the bottom 20% range of
okay.
potentially dropping out of high school. And so we help them get back on track. And right now, our graduation rate over the past 8 years has been about 80%. So
That's
I think you're
nice.
taking the bottom 20% and turning it around and getting a lot of them to graduate.
Oh,
We're doing some
that's-
good stuff.
That's really good.
Yeah.
And you've been doing, well, how long has this foundation been around then?
So the foundation's been around for over 40 years.
40.
Yep, in Clearwater.
40
Yep.
years. See, I would never have known that.
Most people drive by and just think we're a golf course. For
Yeah,
sure.
I know. That's what
Right.
I did too.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
but I always have a good feeling when I drive by. But
Yeah.
since we interviewed even
Yeah.
the last time,
Yeah.
I learned, wow, we've got such a great community here in
Yeah.
Pinellas County.
Yeah.
So that's awesome.
And you can learn more, just go to the website, chichi.org. We also do a monthly lunch and learn, so people can come out and take a campus tour, learn about the foundation, and find out ways to get involved.
Very, very nice. Well, it's great to have you
Thank
on
you.
board again.
Appreciate it very much.
And you've got, in spite of the holidays, you're still moving forward
Oh,
with
yeah.
everything.
Yeah,
And
still
I'm
going
sure you'll
forward.
have more things coming up the new year.
Yep, definitely. Actually, we've got another event I do with the community coming up in December.
Oh,
so
okay.
I volunteer for the Gasparilla Bowl.
Oh,
which
that's
is over
gotta
in
be fun.
Tampa. At
Yes.
Raymond James Stadium. So December 23rd.
December 23rd.
That's another great event coming up.
Very, very nice. Well, I want to thank you for joining us today. And if anybody wants to check out information, going to the website is probably
Yep,
the best.
best way.
And that way you can get more of an overview. And if somebody has a child that is being challenged and they're in school, they can ask more about
Yeah,
what to
and
do.
definitely talk to their own guidance counselor at their current school.
Okay, that's really
Yeah.
good advice. Talk to
Yeah.
your own guidance counselor. And who knows? I mean, this could be some hope for you. Better days ahead with your children or grandchildren. I think it's great. Thank you once
You got
again.
it. Thank you, Barbara.
All right. And thank you. We'll be right back. Hi, everyone. Welcome back into My Chamber TV. We are the heartbeat of the Tampa Bay community, and I am your host, Barbara Marville Kelly, and we are honored to be here at the Vintage Barber, and we're excited to interview this lovely lady. And we also have the Reb with tattoos, the vintage tattoos, and what a great combination. You can come here, get your hair cut, you can come here and get it styled, and you can get tattoos. I love tattoos. I don't have any, so I'm admiring both of you guys. So let's talk about this great little entity, probably the best kept secret in Oldsmar.
Oh, awesome. Thank you.
Absolutely. It's so nice and cute and quaint in here. How long have you been here?
I've been here going on almost 3 years, a little over 2.5 years. We were at another location for about 1.5 years, but I found this spot and I liked it a lot better, and we've been doing great here. So.
We were just talking a little bit about that because that's where we are, and we were talking about it before the show, and how you managed to survive and thrive through the last 20 months.
It's been insane. It's been rough. They had, we shut down for a couple of months, but thank God we were able to open back up and business kept going. And I've been grateful that we've been one of the locations that's been able to keep our doors open because a lot of people have not been blessed like that. So, and it's business, in spite of what's been going on, has been on a steady rise. So
Yeah, that's
it's
good.
been great.
Did you both open up at the same time with your tattoo business?
Actually, there's a funny story
There
about
is.
that. I ran Vintage Ink Tattoos since '07 over at Enterprise in Mullen Booth. I shut it down, and Angela and I hadn't seen each other for several years.
known
And
each
she
other
stopped
forever.
in to get a tattoo, and I asked her what she'd been up to. And she said that she was cutting hair. She had a barber shop. I said, oh, well, my barber just moved. I need a new barber. Where are you at? She goes, well, actually, I stole your name, and I'm Vintage Barbers.
I love it.
And I said, okay, that should be easy for me to find then. So,
Yeah.
So you had vintage tattoos. and-
Vintage ink.
Yeah, and you opened up.
Yes.
I love that story. That's so great.
So, and it works. It's Vintage Barbers and Vintage Ink Tattoos. And,
Yeah, it does. It does. It's a nice little venture here between the two of you and doing something that people obviously need or want.
Yeah.
So I love that. Let's talk about tattoos because I'm always taken in with people that have tattoos, especially beautiful ones. Angela showed me hers earlier, and she has a story behind hers, which I also love when people do something super, super personal, and that's from your heritage, right?
I'm Colombian, so I mean, you can't see, I'm covered up, but a lot of the tattoos are tropical Colombian rainforest themed that go through, the whole sleeve and the side of my body. But yeah, I stick to, my culture.
That's
So,
great.
and I like it. And he did an amazing job. He really did.
That's what I wanted to let everybody know, that you did her tattoo, and I'm telling you, the artwork is absolutely pristine. How long have you been doing tattoos?
about 32 years.
Oh, that's all?
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah.
You-
20 years here in Florida.
So what made you get into this? Have you always been an artist?
I haven't always been an artist. I really started getting into it at a really young age, but I, you know, um, I really started getting into it at a really young age, but I, you know, um, I really started getting into it at a really young age, but I, you know, um, I really started getting into it at a really young age, but I, you know, um, I really started getting into it at a really young age, but I, you know, um, I really started getting into it at a really young age, but I, you know, um, I really started getting into it at a really young age, but I, you know, um, I really started getting into it at a really young age, but I, you know, um, I really started getting into it at a really young age, but I, you know, um, I really started getting into it at a really young age, but I, you know, um, I really started getting into it at a really young age, but I, you know, um, I really started getting into it at a really young age, but I, you know, um, I really started getting into it at a really young age, but I, you know, um, I really started getting into it at a really young age, but I, you know, um, I really started getting into it at a really young age, but I, you know, um, I really started getting into it at a really young age, but I, you know, um, I really started getting into getting into tattooing, I saw somebody when I was young that had beautiful artwork, and I said, that's what I want to do. And, you know, that's what I work towards.
I love to hear that because you're doing your passion. And what is fascinating to me, because I've done a little bit of artwork, but nothing like tattoos, wall murals for my kids and that, so I appreciate beautiful artwork on the body. How on earth, that's got to be, is it a challenge or isn't it a challenge? You've got skin that's moving, right? You're going around and around, you're not on a flat surface. How, I'm just fascinated with that.
Years of practice. I mean, every skin type is different.
Right.
Every body is different. One person can tolerate pain, the other person can't.
Yeah, that's me.
I mean, I've got clients that squirm and moan and the whole 9 yards, and then I've got other clients that will take a nap.
Oh, that would be my
You know.
husband.
And then there's another category, the ones that laugh. You know,
the squirmer.
they think it's ticklish. You know, so they'll laugh, which means that they're moving yet again.
Oh.
You know, and so you're trying to draw using a machine that's vibrating in your hand on a person that's moving around on a concave surface. It has its challenges.
So what do you do when you have a squirmer or a moaner?
Ask them to sit still. The moaners, I just make fun of them. Tell them that they're in the wrong line of work. But, yeah.
This is great. I bet you it was an experience for you. How long does it take, like, say, like what you have?
I did mine in sessions because I'm one of the ones who doesn't like the pain.
Uh-huh.
So my piece here was about a 4.5-hour session.
Ooh.
And then I think we did, like an hour at a time throughout the sleeve. Yeah. Because then after I did that one, I was like, I can't go that long again. So. Yeah.
But you're glad you did it.
I did. I love it.
What made you do that?
I've always admired other people's tattoo work, and I've known him since I was really young, and I've seen him do a lot of work, and I always wanted it, but I wanted something that I knew I wouldn't change my mind about it later. Because a lot of times you get something and you're young and you grow up and you're like, why did I do that? Oh, I don't like that
Like an
anymore.
ex-boyfriend or something?
Something, yeah.
Something,
So I
yeah.
wanted something meaningful. So it wasn't really until my kids were older and I was more into my culture that I was like, you know what, now I know what I want.
Yeah.
And then he personally designed it for me. And, you know.
So did you tell Reb what you were looking for, and then he came up with the design
Yeah.
and showed that
Yep.
to you
Yep.
in color?
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
I'll tell you, this just blows me away to be able to do that.
And because he personally knows me, he knows what I like and what
Yeah.
I'm into, so he was able to create something that
That makes a difference.
Yeah, it does.
That definitely makes a
Yeah.
difference when you know someone and you just feel their energy and all of that.
and he just drew it, and I was just like, wow, that's
And she's
perfect.
also a special case. She did see a color rendering of it when I was done. Most people don't. They see a line drawing, but they have an idea of how it's going to look when it's done. Or we talk about the coloration, because a lot of times we don't even talk about coloration when they come to me with the concept. You know, I ask them at the time that they're coming in to have the tattoo procedure done, do you want this in color or black and gray? And then we discuss the coloration.
Okay. So you don't have to really know for sure if you want coloration?
Not really. Not until we start the process, because
I see.
The only thing that it affects is the shading aspect of the design. So if I'm going to do a black and gray tattoo, I'm going to go a little bit heavier with the shading to get all the perspective and contour and contrast. If we're going to do color, then I can utilize the color to take up a lot of that, what the shading would do.
Oh, I see. I know exactly what you're talking about now. I understand that. Yeah. Well, that's great. What is the largest tattoo that you've ever done? Have you ever done like a full body
Yeah,
head
I've
to
done
toe?
full. I've got a few clients that have tattooed their entire bodies.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's just time. It's a
Time.
commitment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think you were born with a treasured talent, that's for sure, because that
He's pretty awesome.
I can tell. I can
Yeah.
tell by the artwork that he did
Very,
on you.
very
and-
talented.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very, very pretty. Very nice.
Thank you.
So you guys are both members of the Upper Tampa Bay Chamber, right?
Yes.
Okay. So how's that helped you out? I'm guessing pretty darn
It's
good.
been great. It's been about a year, and we do the parades, the Oldsmar parades. I'm, trying to get more involved in some of the stuff, but with COVID, there was a lot of things we weren't doing. But now that everything's coming back to normal, then we're getting more involved, and we're going to be in the Celebrate Oldsmar parade again. And
Oh,
that'd be
very
cool.
good.
Yeah,
That's great.
exciting. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
They have such wonderful events, and you feel like, I bet you feel like it's like a family. It's a business family.
It is. Yeah.
Well, you're just tucked away over here, and I didn't know if I was at the right place. I didn't see our Hummer, our yellow Hummer, and everything, but I was glad to see it because it's so quaint and cute in here. So let's talk about how long. And you cut hair, right? Yeah.
Yep.
That's great.
I do men's hair and women's hair. I
Okay,
do, but
very good.
mostly barbering, and I do straight razor shaves, and it's a great location. And even though it is a little tucked away and hidden, all smart people are very loyal, and we have a huge following. So
I think you're going to have a lineup outside here
yeah,
today.
they're waiting.
They're out there waiting for us to finish our shoot for My Chamber TV.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking that if you're looking for a great tattoo, and if you're looking for someone that has experience and really knows what they're doing, or a haircut, shave, whatever it is, you want to check out the Vintage Barber and the Vintage Tattoos, because I am very, very impressed. I'm guessing that you have pictures that you can show your clients.
Yes, ma'am.
If they don't know what they
yes,
want.
I've got a portfolio, a printed portfolio, and then I have an online presence.
Oh,
So-
that's okay. Very good. Real quickly, we're about ready to close this segment. What is your website again?
I don't have a website. I do have Instagram, though. It's
Oh, okay.
Tattoos by Reb.
Okay.
Tattoos_by_Reb. And then I also have a Facebook presence, Reb Tattoo.
Okay. Very good. And yours?
It's Vintage Barbers on Facebook as well, and on Vintage Barbers on Instagram.
Very good. Well, this has been great coming here today and just
Well, thank you
feeling
for
all at
coming.
home.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, continued good luck to both of you guys, whether
Thank
you want to
you.
get a haircut, want to get a tattoo. I'm very, very impressed.
Thank you.
And you really, if you're going to get a tattoo, get something that you like that's maybe personal, and find somebody like this gentleman that is going to give you 32 years of experience.
Yes, ma'am.
Get a haircut. How long have you been cutting hair?
4 years.
All right. All right. We have it all right here. Thanks for joining us.